Alright guys, I am messing around with these computers again. I had this DDR4 one, which I don't know why I would want to run it at this point. Let me turn this down. Anyway, I got one stick of RAM in here, and I found this board. It's a budget board, but it's got a Core i5 in it. But I went ahead and unplugged everything. I'm going to put it somewhere else for another type of project or something. And I've got this one going, and this is the one I need to be using. To keep this up out of my way, I think I'm going to have it up here as opposed to down there. But I need to get in here, and I need to put another hard drive in here, and I'm going to clone a hard drive if at all possible. So I've got a cloning station. I've got a couple of hard drives in here, spinning drives that I've experimented with Linux on. And I'm thinking maybe to put those on there and just clone them, or leave them separately on another deal and then just boot them up from the boot menu. And so if that's the case, then it'd probably be better to just put Windows on the SSD, because 90% of the stuff that I do requires Windows. Programming radios, 3D printers. When somebody finally decides to really put their head into it and come up with a workable slicer that's easy to install on Linux for people that aren't Linux users, we might be talking something then. But Cura is available for a couple different ones if you can get it from the what they call the software store. But that's the only way I know how to install stuff from Linux. I did do the flat pack thing, but I can't remember how to do it, and I did that for OBS Studio, which is another thing that doesn't work real well on Linux either. It barely works very good on Windows either, but so a lot of this stuff just I can't really do what I want to do on Linux. And I do hate Windows. I like Linux better, but to get slicing profiles for some of these printers requires basically, specifically like this one, you got to do some weird crap, and you got to place files and stuff, and it's not really supported by Cura. The Neptune 4 is kind of in the same boat. So I want to get some stuff printing and start doing stuff. So that's kind of why I'm like, well, let's get one of these ones set up for that. And I just noticed this thing's busted. I think it is. Does it look busted to you? Yep, busted. Oh, that's too bad. Looks like a couple of them might be. This is a really nice case. Whatever it's made out of is pretty resilient. Anyway, we'll just leave it alone. So I've got a 500 gigabyte SSD, and either clone it or just start from scratch. I probably need to pull the RAM out of here, and this is 12 gigabytes. I'm going to pull it out of here and pull the stuff out of here, because I put 32 in here. It didn't make any difference. It had the 12 originally, and so I think this computer might benefit a little bit more. So that's my plan.